Oh, what the... Guys, what happened to honor and democracy and everything?
Нет, я понимаю. Просто я соскучилась.
People don't just turn into things.
I do.
I'm the guy with the money.
And the gun. Nailed it. I know. Thank you. Moving on.
Do you hear that? It's the winds of change.
Welcome. I love watching the demos before we actually start the stream, watching all of the different characters that people picked. Hopefully, all of you either watching this live or recording, hopefully you got all your cookies, your coffees, your tea, anything you want to drink today, because I advise you to not leave the screen for the next hour and a half, because it's going to be a very fun ride. I welcome you to our channel, Animation Club.School. For those who found us through our recommended, because that happens, and we're very happy that it actually happens. I present to you our animation school, and this is our YouTube channel. My name is Kata. I'm a previous graduate and a host of Animation Club streams. And today I am with our 2D animation mentor, Ksenia Inozemtseva. Also, say hi to her in the chat. And I'm seeing the chat as being very active, very fun, and very vocal today. So I'm giving you a pre-stream clap for being so active. I already see the first questions, but we'll jump that a little bit later. So let's see what I need to say. First of all, we have some news. We are having our 2D animation course that's going to start in 19th of June. So you have just enough time, more or less than a month, to figure out what you want to do for the rest of the year. Maybe this is the best time for you to start your animation journey. And usually on the YouTube channel, we gather here and we have several types of meetups we do. And one of them is animation workshops. Usually we invite a mentor and they will share something from their personal experience, insight, fun tips and tricks. And today, Ksenia will share with us the magic of weight in animation. So Ksenia, if you want to tell something about yourself, tell about what we're going to do today before we actually jump in to the workshop, feel free to do so.
I will quickly introduce myself. My name is Ksenia Inozemtseva, and I'm a 2D animator, a comic artist, and a teacher here in this animation school. And I have a picture here. I have worked on different projects. For example, I worked on My Father's Dragon, by Cartoon Saloon and Netflix. Also, I worked with on a project Unicorns. It's a project by Gendy Tartakovsky, and so on, so on. Yeah, and these are my favorites. Yeah, I need to add more to this list, but I just forget about it. And that's it. And I will talk today about weight, how to create an animation with heavy character or a light character. And I will give you just a small lecture to just give you some information about it. And also I will animate small animation with my characters.
Oh, amazing. So we'll have something insightful, something cute, and something fun to watch. Well, amazing. Before we actually jump into the workshop, I want to settle a couple of rules, but I see some of you have been already familiar with how this goes and already have been starting asking the right questions. Chat can look at KLUA to look at the perfect example of how you should ask your questions today, because you have an opportunity to ask our mentor anything related to school, animation, maybe there's something you wanted some clarity on. So to ask a question, you need to do several things. First of all, you have to be very nice, very encouraging, very sweet. To me, to Ksenia, to everyone else in the chat, we're here sharing the space to learn and grow. And second of all, you have to put a word question in all caps before you actually type a message. Because I have a lot of stuff on my screen, I might miss it, and it's just a favor for you and me as well. Plus, if I'm not voicing your question right away, there is a chance I'm saving it for a later time so we can actually properly discuss it and not just gloss over it. So there's one more reason for you to actually stay on the stream if you ask your question and it has been voiced yet. So I think this is it. We can actually start with the workshop. You can share your screen, and we can finally watch the cute little characters. I've actually
Not
seen
yet.
them before
Not
the stream.
yet.
Oh, not yet. No.
First of all,
Not
lecture.
yet.
Smart stuff. Then cute.
Yes, smart stuff first, and then fun stuff as a
Yeah.
dessert later.
Yeah.
Please do.
Yeah, let's talk about weight. And in animation, we often came across the task of showing someone's weight. And for example, we need to show that the characters have different weights. Also, our characters constantly interact with some objects. For example, pushing something, lifting, catching, and so on.
Mhm.
And if we want to create realistic and believable animation, we always need to think about weight. And unlike in life, our drawings don't have any weight. We don't have enough information from one drawing. And only when I start animating the object, will you realize how much weight it has. And we must create the illusion that an object has a weight. And yesterday I came to the conclusion that our work with weight animation is very, very similar to pantomime. And I want to show you some examples. I've prepared, yeah, this one.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah. It's really fun performance with a ball, with a balloon. Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see. Without music.
Oh, wow. The
Yeah,
power of good
it's like
acting.
magic.
Absolutely. This would be a good time to screen record if you want to have a cool reference and you don't really want to go anywhere for a separate video. You can just use footage from here.
Yeah, it's just a balloon, but how this man creates the illusion that, for example, here, he creates an illusion that this balloon is so light that he like push him up.
Hmm. Yeah, he just floats away.
Yeah, here. No, here. And here, after we have a feeling that this balloon is so heavy.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's like a magic, and we also can create this magic with our drawings. We need also create an illusion that this object or this character has this weight. And next example, yeah, I think here. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's insane. The way he's able to control his
Yeah.
body like that.
Like this. Yeah.
Oh.
And I really like this moment. I need to look at something else. Yeah, let's, yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You can do it. I'm so invested. I sometimes even forget that he doesn't have anything in his hands. I see the weights.
That's it. Yeah, it's so funny, and it's a magic for me because
Wow.
we don't see the object, but we can feel the weight.
Exactly.
Yeah, and let's continue with our topic.
Mhm.
And yeah, just like in pantomime, we can make light object heavy and vice versa. And now I would like to show you another video. It contains test animations from the project Klaus.
Mhm.
The animators animated walk cycles for each character in advance at the pre-production stage.
Such a marvel to watch.
Mhm. Yeah, and you can feel that these characters has different weights. For example, here we have very light character. And for example, if we will watch this character, she has so much weight. And it's just drawings. Yeah.
Mhm. Exactly.
And it seems to me that every self-respecting animator needs to analyze this video because you need to understand for yourself how it works, why this character feels heavier than another. And in general, if you're faced with the task of making a walk animation, this video is for you.
Mhm.
Yeah, and in preparation for this stream, I decided to set myself the task of trying to make an animation with one character, but with different weights. Yeah, and first of all, I drew main keys. Yeah, he's walking, but he has
Mhm.
no weight here.
Yeah, no bounce.
Yeah, no bounce and no weight. And yeah, I think I will show you this one. Yeah, I created two animations with different weight. Yeah, you can feel, yeah, that it's two different weights, and
Mhm.
the left one is so light, and the right one is so heavy. And yeah, it was
Almost like it's the beginning of the workday and the end of the workday. You just like you already
yeah.
go back, you go side to side.
And let's look at it frame by frame. Yeah. The first thing I thought about was that the weight would push him down to the ground more if I want to create more Sorry, it's my dog. If you can hear
No,
it.
it's all good.
Yeah.
Let's see if mine responds.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to create like heavier walk cycle, and I pushed him down to the ground more here. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, I think we can look at this. Yeah, here you can see how it's different from each other, and it's heavier, and I
Mhm.
push it down more. And also, when we talk about heavier walk cycle, we need to his legs stay on the ground longer because of his weight. Yeah. Let's stay here. And yeah, look at his legs here,
Oh, such
how
itty bitty
he
legs.
touches the ground, and his legs don't want to go up.
Yeah. There's a lot more pressure.
Yeah. And otherwise, this walk cycle is very light, and his legs go up and down so light. And
Mhm.
yeah, and also I drew this overlap of this leg. Boom. And it also makes this walk cycle lighter.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he stays on his toe, on his on his toe a lot more.
Yeah.
Oh, how cool.
And also about this walk cycle, the heavier character diligently transfers his weight, and he waddles from foot to foot. And if you would analyze this animation from Klaus, from the Klaus project, you will notice it on this walk cycle, for example. Yeah, and also the important thing that the character spends more time at the bottom or at the top. Yeah, if we want to create a heavier walk cycle, we need our character spend more time at the bottom.
Mhm.
Yeah, it has different timing. And
Oh yeah, that is
also,
true.
yeah, also with the lighter walk cycle, the arms have more amplitude.
Mhm. Yeah, more energy to swing.
Yeah. And also, I think if if I will add the smile to
Mhm.
this character, to left character, with a
Mhm.
lighter walk cycle, it would be even more lighter.
Yeah, it would feel energetic.
Yeah. But this character is not like this. It's very
Serious.
serious. Yeah.
He's a big boy, big frog.
Yeah. By the way, his name is Jacques. Jacques.
Yes, Chad, go say hi to Jack. Put a little frog emoji if you like Jack.
Yeah, I think that's it about walk cycles. And
Yeah.
for this stream, I want to animate these two characters. It's Jack and his friend Julie.
Mm.
Say hi.
Yes, you can say hi to Julie too.
Yeah.
Tell you who you like more. Or they're not competing. They're just friends. Put them together. Put the snail emoji and the frog emoji together.
Yeah, and I want these animators, characters, not animators, characters to jump on this
Mhm.
teeter-totter, and
Mhm.
um, I want a frog to be lighter than the I forgot escargot. I know the French word.
The
Snail.
snail?
Snail. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. The snail will be heavier. And
Mhm.
yeah, let's start. I think if you have any questions about
We had one question from KLOA that was, I think it was kind of answered by your lecture. The question was what animation exercise you can use to practice animating weight. And you showed us very well that you can look for
yeah
references, you can analyze references, you can take a character, for example. You also showed a very good exercise we can do at our time. Take two keys and then create different weight for that character. And that would be a very solid start. And then you could try something more complicated, like what we do here today.
yeah, and also you can create simple exercise with just a ball. I think it's our first task on the course. You can
Exactly.
create a ball with different weights, and then you can continue with a character.
Yeah, that's right. And by the way, the next course starts on June 19th. So you have just enough time to kind of look everything over, check everything out. I got better with my segues.
Yeah, I want to start with Jacques
Mhm.
because he's very light, and I will draw very quickly. I don't want to spend time on these drawings. It doesn't have to be pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think we had like a pretty polished part in the beginning when you showed us the walk cycle.
Yeah.
So the impressive part is over. Now we can actually get to
Yeah.
drawing and animating. We're done. Oh, so cute. So it's your character, right? You do comics with them? How'd you
Yeah.
came up with the
Mm,
character?
yeah. I started to learn French, and I really want to like don't forget words.
Yeah, to memorize them.
Yeah, to memorize words, and I started to create like vocabulary book with these characters, and I think
Aw.
it's simpler to uh, learn new language with these creative like tasks,
Mhm.
and for example mm, with your drawings.
Mhm.
Yeah. And for me, uh, it was I created these characters, and now I animate them, and it's so much joy for me.
Oh, I mean, they
And
are super cute.
also I like start to imagine how they're living, where
Mhm.
they're living, and it's so much fun to
Mm.
imagine.
Yeah, I can already imagine them like on a little tour. They have a little boat. They like go on the Seine River. They like it's a romantic music playing. They're looking at the sights.
No, no romantic. They're just
No, not
friends.
romantic. Romantic in general, like, oh, that's a beautiful city
Okay, okay.
romantic. Not like romantic. They're best friends.
Yeah, best friends, but Jack is this one frog. He don't want to be friends. He's just a
Oh.
frog who don't want to have friends.
He's just too
And
shy to get
yeah,
people away from him.
for him, Julie is so annoying.
She sticks
But
to him.
yeah, yeah. But deep in his heart, heart,
Oh, yeah, he
he loves
loves Julie.
Julie, of
Oh,
course.
that's why he's on a teeter-totter.
Yeah.
Julie made him do it, so he's not very enthusiastic, but like
Yeah, I
Fine.
think so.
Whatever. It's not like you're my friend or anything. I'm just gonna jump once. So now you're drawing the anticipation for the
Yeah,
jump.
yeah.
See how smart
Anticipation
I
is
am?
very important for every motion, and especially for the jump.
Mhm.
You need to squish the character down,
Mhm.
yeah, to
Yeah,
push him up.
to make him jump.
Yeah.
Hey, I see some greetings in the chat. Hello to you too. Feel free to ask any questions if you have about the school, about animation, about practicing weights. You can always put it in the chat. Ask anyone who's on the stream. I mean, right now it's either me or Ksenia. Uh, but remember to put the word question in all caps, so there'll be just less chance that I'll miss it.
It's so hard for me to talk and animate all together, and you are always streaming, and how it's so hard.
Yeah,
How do you do it?
I don't know, because I think I do, when I do it at the same time, I do both worse. So it's better for me to just talk or to just draw. That mixed the two. But a good way to kind of practice it, I realized I started doing it on Thursdays. We have several usual events we do on the Discord channel, which you can also access in the description. We do several like beneficial things and one just for fun. And the ones just for fun is on Thursdays. We meet in like our practice room. We talk, we chat about everything, and we draw at the same time. So I use it as like a training ground to talk and draw at the same time because no one's recording. So if I say something like stupid or awkward, no one's gonna know except for the people who come every week. But since people come, that means they like it. That means I'm training. Something's going well. Which software is she using right now? Ksenia right now is using TV Paint 11. Loverboy the gamer. Next time, so I won't miss your question because I almost did. Please put the word question in all caps. So, oh, I see some snails. I see some frogs in the chat. Some hearts going off. Nice, nice. Oh, I didn't tell you about the other Discord activities. Well, I'm still talking. I'm filling the space, keeping you company while we're watching Ksenia draw. We also have practice on Sunday. That's called Sunday Sessions. That's basically figure drawing. We meet and we do some figure drawing for almost 2 hours, an hour and a half. We draw very fast models for 1 minute, then we go 3, 5 minutes, and finish at a couple of models for like 10 minutes. So, pretty good workout. Happens once a week. And I've already noticed that since I've been coming every week, since I've been organizing it, my skill in drawing people actually grew. Who would have believed that? So, if you join them as well, you might get the same results or something even better. Who knows? Maybe this is the key.
Yeah, and now I started to doing this again to
Mhm.
draw every day, practice figure
Mhm.
drawing. Yeah, and it's very nice practice. And
Mhm.
yeah, I think you need to do it to get better.
We got a question about the Discord from Agata. About the Sunday practice. Is it more of a silent type of exercise? Do we have to talk? Coming from a shy introvert. You don't have to talk on any of the practices. Even at the Thursday practice, we have people who use exclusively the text chat. We have people who use the voice chat. But on the Sunday sessions, there is no need to write any messages or talk at all. Only like you can say yes a couple of times if I'm asking the question, if you like can see anything, if everything is okay. But otherwise, nope. everything is very catered to the shy, introverted type of artists. So you're able to network and talk to people even if you don't like human on human interaction. I remember when I started doing all of the events and everything, I also wanted to just like use a text chat to tell people what they need to do. But I have to be out. My face has to be in front so people actually join. So I get it. Though people who talk more and show their face, they stay in people's memories for longer. So more chances to basically get noticed. That worked. Always try to push myself, especially on like the course lessons. To start on June 19th. I try to stay with the camera and the mic on as much as possible, so it like actually look like I'm in class. That
Yeah,
helps people remember you.
yeah.
People remember your face and they're like more happy to see you. You get like a personal connection even.
Yeah, for me as a teacher, it's so hard to look at black screens. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't feel people, and
Mhm.
if they turn off their mics and I'm
Mhm.
asking something, it's so hard. It's you need to wait for
You need to kind of take a
5
gamble. Like,
seconds.
are they away? Are they at the
Yeah,
toilet,
yeah,
or they're just like trying to unmute their mic because their mic was far away, and they're just like scrambling all over like the table trying to get it on. Yeah, I get it.
yeah. And when I'm at festival and I
Mhm.
meet my students and they are like, "Oh, Ksenia, yeah, I'm so glad to see you," and I'm like, "Who are you?" And I need they need to remind me what's the animations were on the
Mm.
course, and then
Yeah, by
I'm
project.
like, okay, you had this beautiful course animation, for example. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
so show your
I want
face.
to, yeah,
Sometimes
I want to
beneficial.
encourage students to show their faces. It's very important. Yeah, but if you're shy and you don't want to, don't feel
Yeah.
pressure.
Yeah. You can also take baby steps. No one's pressuring you to show your face on the Discord activities and stuff like that. Just maybe like for the future. It's always good to show your face once in a while.
Yeah, I remember when I first came to one animation festival, I didn't talk with anyone,
Mm.
and I was so shy. And now, when I'm at animation festival, I'm talking with everyone, and it's fine.
Mhm.
I was
It
very
gets better.
Yeah, it feels better. Yeah, of course, but with practice.
Mhm. True. Oh, by the way, we got another question from Infinite Imagination, which is how do you keep the same shape and the same size in your animation when you're animating frame by frame? Basically, how you keep everything consistent.
Yeah, it's a very good question. I constantly analyze my
Mhm.
drawings and forgot сравнивать.
Compare.
Yeah, I'm always comparing it. For example, you can notice that I'm constantly flipping,
Mhm.
flipping, like in old times, animators do it with a paper. Yeah, and also I use not so often, but I use onion skin,
Mhm.
this one, and I can put it, no, this one, put it under my drawing, my previous
Mhm.
frame, and I can check the size.
Mhm.
Yeah, but also I think when I sorry, when I finish this animation, when I will finish
Mhm.
animation, I will check. Yeah,
Mhm.
because now maybe um I can uh sorry, I can't notice. No,
Mhm.
Могу не заметить.
You can miss.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I can miss something, but at the end I will check.
True. And also, since you're not Ksenia's not drawing the character for the first time, it's already kind of familiar
Yeah.
for them. The more you practice drawing the character, noticing specific relationships between certain parts of the body, for example, the more you draw it, the more you notice all of these nuances that actually make the character recognizable. So also with practice.
Also, I always remember the words by my supervisor.
Mhm.
He said that you get used to these characters at the end of production. At the end. And it's true. Because when you
Mm.
start to draw the characters, and it's so hard. It's so hard to get the proportions right. And
Mhm.
it's all right. It's hard for everyone.
Mhm.
Even for me, I'm so long in this industry, and for me it's also hard. But
Mhm.
if you will draw this character, um, I don't know, you will create 10 animations with
Mhm.
this character, it will be simpler for you.
We'll get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in a year, it will be even more simpler, easier.
Exactly. Yeah, I also remember the last stream we had. We had a graduation stream. So basically, when you finish the courses, and the closest course starts on. I'm not gonna do a segue anymore. But usually when you finish all of the classes, and if you finish on the like top grades, you basically get the highest grades you can get. You get a chance to be reviewed by a professional from the industry, uh, and just they get a look at your show reel and talk about what can be done better. And last time we had a very cool animator, Francesco. I forgot the last name because I wasn't able to pronounce it from the first time and I forgot it. They live in Portugal and they were the animator on The Line. They were animation supervisor on Scavenger's Reign. And they actually had a library of character angles that they were updating. They basically created like a huge library of a character and their specific like head turns, head angles. So they will be able to just take a necessary angle, put it into the scene, and be able to either like straight up trace it just to have the main proportions down, or they'll like heavily reference it. And the more they went into production, the more like references they had. So by the end, it was like a huge, all-encompassing kind of library. We have a question. I'm a 3D animator and I love 2D animation. I want to learn 2D animation. How much time it would take me to learn it? A very
The
open-ended
whole
question.
life.
More or
I'm
less, yeah.
sorry. But
Yeah, that's a lifelong thing.
but I think, for example, our course is for 1 year, yeah, something like this.
Yeah,
And,
more or less. I think a
yeah,
year and like 2 months.
yeah, and it's all right for getting a job, for
Mhm.
example, at Cartoon Studio, as I did.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I also graduate from these courses. I
Mhm.
learned from Edward Kruczewski, our mentor, and after these courses, I got a job at Cartoon Studio, and it was my dream. Yeah.
Super exciting. Oh, Monica put the full name of the animator. I quoted. So, or you can go to our YouTube channel and check our previous, sorry, our previous live. And I think it's going to be right there.
But also, I really like
Mhm.
this profession because you constantly learning something new.
Oh, that's completely true.
For example, when I prepared this lecture with this
Mhm.
small lecture, I started to do these animations, and I started to learn more about weight, and yeah, it was so useful for me.
How long did it take you to do the 2 walk cycles?
Don't ask me this question.
No,
don't
I want to hear
remember.
I want to hear like a huge amount of time, so I
Yeah,
won't
a
feel
huge
lonely that
amount
I
of time. Yeah,
spent.
a
Okay,
huge.
okay. Because I spend so much on my animations, and then I go into Insta, and someone's like, they put like an amazingly like tie down like all of the weights, like
Yeah.
cloths for the animation. They're like, just had fun one evening, like after work, and I'm like, and here I am, like 3 days trying to push something out.
Yeah, but
I get it. It's
this
it's
is
reassuring.
very rough animation, and it's very simple to draw this character because it's mine. Yeah. If the character will be more complicated, yeah, it will be more longer. With these characters, I can cheat because it's mine.
I like how he's mildly unamused with everything. It's just like,
Oh,
oh
it's so
well.
boring. And
I
it's
guess I
dumb.
gotta. Oh, someone's saying, yeah, I think those people who like say they drew like something incredibly complicated in one evening are lying, except if they're like longtime animators and professional. Could be true. I mean, I'm prone to do that myself. I think it partly comes from people being afraid if they say they put too much effort into it, and if they get rejected, it will feel more personal. So when you're saying you did something like after work, or like you're giving it this kind of chance to be bad and being okay with it being bad. I think that's why people sometimes uh kind of put this air of like being very casual about it. Well, that was for me. Now I'm a super try hard. Sometimes I would even put like an hour work time. I would like take a screenshot and I would just put like 46 hours. So from one end to another, basically. Adorable. I love how his hands paused in the air. Oh.
Yeah, it's very light. I think I need to add more anticipation. And also I cheated. My first frames are my last ones, but it's, don't judge me. Yeah,
No,
and
we would never.
yeah. And now I want to create animation for this character. And first of all, she needs to blink. Yeah. And then she will jump. But she's very heavy girl.
Oh, she just has a beautiful shell. It's not her fault it's so heavy.
Yeah.
I can imagine that her shell is like a purse. She has like every kind of item. If she goes into like some sort of problem or something, she always can get like a tool from the
But
shell.
it's very nice idea. I want to use it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
We got a question from Aldo about the Discord channel. You can join it. I think the link is in description. Let me check so we'll actually be on the same page. Yes, if you open the description, you'll see we have the description. You will see the link to the courses that start on June 19th. And then lower, you can see our school website, our Facebook, our Discord, and our Instagram. I would advise you to go to our Facebook and Instagram as well. We'll have a lot of fun stuff planned, so you definitely wouldn't want to miss it as well. But yeah, the Discord is, I think it's the third link down below. I wonder once it's going to be a recording and like time is going to pass, I wonder if it's going to change. If we're just going to edit it. And now the whole like the segue I did is completely useless. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, Aditya. That Aditya said I learned so many things from your channel. Well, that was the goal. You can learn even more on the courses because you'll have more personal kind of mentorship from the teacher to the student. You'll be able to do kind of your creative ideas, what you want to do, because in terms of like regulations on the specific exercise, you can use pretty much any kind of character you want. And if you have the idea and you feel that you have enough resources to fulfill it, you can basically do it. Combined with, this personal approach, you can basically hone in on the stuff you love. I basically did that kind of thing. I used all of my kind of favorite characters from different franchises as a chance to kind of animate them.
Was it simple to choose?
To choose a character?
Yeah, for your animations.
Mm,
Because for me, it was so hard.
for me, it was kind of easy because I had several things like going into it. I wanted the characters to be kind of simple enough, so I already kind of disqualified anything too detailed or too complicated. And plus, there were like several works that I was obsessed at the time. So there was like an obvious choice. One thing I did that thought would help me on the first course, you have several exercises. You have one exercise where you're basically drawing different like balls made of different materials. So like a rubber ball, bowling ball, how they fall and everything. Then you draw just like a bouncing ball, then it has like a tail. And in the end, you have a character and you need to make a turnaround for it. And I decided to pick a character from like a 3D movie, thinking like I would be able to find all of the what do you call it? All of the angles. So I'd have a little cheat sheet. And turns out I picked character that was a little bit too niche and a little bit too like not vague, but he was like a secondary character in a movie not a lot of people know. So there was like 3 screenshots I could use. And the character was
So
already
smart.
3D. It was like the second week. I didn't have a time to pick another one. So I had to improvise like a lot. So I suggest picking like pretty famous characters just so you'll have more stuff to reference. Daikenzor is saying to you, Ksenia, that I noticed you don't use the light table in TV Paint as
Yeah.
much. You prefer flipping?
Yeah, I prefer flipping. And I think with yeah, with years you start to use
Flip
more
more?
flipping. Yeah, flipping.
Well,
Yeah.
you when you'll get like an old geezer like me, you'll start flipping.
Yeah. And yeah, it's I think it's more useful
Mhm.
to understand the size of the character and uh, to see the volumes and yeah, to check and compare,
Mhm.
because with light table it's not so much information, and you can see also movement,
Mhm. Oh, will make sense.
and with
Yeah,
flip.
sometimes light table keep me just confused.
Yeah,
I get confused over the colored lines and I stop thinking with my brain. I start just like drawing in between the lines just because without any logic to it.
yeah, but for example with in between
Mhm.
I constantly use light table, and also for
Mhm.
example here I don't want to move shell, and
Mm.
I will use it. Yeah, but use whatever you want. If it
Mhm.
helps you, it's all right. Yeah,
Yeah, we
it's
don't judge the methods.
yeah, it's not the only right method.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember on the other graduate feedback session, because I usually host I think I hosted last like 4 or 5 of them. So I remember stuff people have been saying. And there was this one animator. I think his name is Alan Michaud.
Mhm.
I think he was your friend. You actually invited him to us. You
He's
got
not a
us in
friend, but
contact
yeah,
with him.
he was my colleague. Yeah, at
Uh,
my father's dragon. Yeah, and he's so freaking talented. Yeah,
mhm. And super fast. And he shared some of his like tips and tricks he uses to kind of optimize his time. And some people, I would say, if some people who are more like conservative in terms of like drawing and everything would consider some of them, I won't call them cheating because I absolutely
he didn't.
disagree. But yeah, basically using, for example, if you need to make like a subtle turn, you can use like the warp tool to basically do it. Some people are like very adamant on like redrawing every frame, but I think if you know how to use your tools, it just makes your work easier.
Yeah, but the main thing here, you need to know how to use these tools.
Yes, exactly. You're working with the tools, not the tools working with you. Oh, she's not gonna even jump. She's just gonna like move her upper part up and down. That's
No,
it.
he will jump, but just a little.
Oh, just a little.
But she believes that she's blind.
You need to animate her flying on a paper plane. Her dream finally realized. They're going like over Paris. In between the legs of the Eiffel Tower.
And Jacques will buy your this.
No, he's on the bottom of the plane. He accidentally got on. He's just like holding on for dear life.
My God, yeah.
Legs dangling in the air. DT is asking. Oh, by the way, quick reminder for everyone in the chat because I've been pretty good at noticing all of the questions. But please put a word question if you really want us to answer it. Otherwise, there's always a chance I might miss it, and I won't voice it. So be careful. But in general, just keep an eye on it. And Aditi is asking another question. I have a problem. I am colorblind, but I draw very well. Is there a chance for me in the animation industry? Well, I mean, as long as you're not coloring, it
Yeah,
shouldn't be a
and
problem.
it's okay because I don't color my animations.
Mhm.
Yeah, and also you can tell your people who
Like supervisors?
yeah, supervisors or not
Mhm.
supervisors, HRs, no,
Mhm.
yeah, who
I mean,
are
human
hiring
resource,
you,
yeah, HR.
yeah,
Yeah.
your employee, that you don't want to color your animations.
Mhm.
For example, I do it because I don't want to. I don't want to color. I don't want to clean. It's not my thing. I don't like it, and I choose to not do it. Yeah,
Fair enough.
and I think if you want to be an animator,
Mhm.
yeah, it's okay. You can just animate. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, colors come very late. And I think there are special people who are responsible in picking the colors. So even if you get into a position where you need to color your animation, you're like a part of
Yeah,
the big project and you're the one who's like cleaning up and coloring, there's definitely already like a palette. You just have to drop
yeah,
and put in. So you won't even have to like be discouraged by it because someone will just do the hard work for you and you can just if you it just depends what kind of colorblind is because there's like a variety of them. You can just always check the numbers, the hex codes of the colors if you're not sure if it's the same shade or not.
yeah. I think it's a very nice point.
Mhm. I'm not colorblind, but I'm horrible with my colors. So it was I had those questions as well, just not as in like this deep of a level. Just me not wanting to learn. Kylie is asking a question without putting a question without putting a caps in the beginning. So consider yourself lucky I didn't miss it. Can you give me some animation ideas for my animation test? Would I advise you to go back into beginning of our stream? I said that it's a good place to find references. You can use the pantomimes we showed in the beginning of the stream as references for your animation test exercise. Or otherwise, if you want something simpler, if you're not ready for like a whole body animation with weights and everything, you can go down into our description, click on our courses, and there should be a free course with the jumping cup. And there's two levels of the jumping cup. There's one that it's simple, that is basically just a cup jumping from one side of the screen to another. And there's another one that is like a cycle where you basically draw the cup like jumping forward. She's like, which is a little bit harder because you're doing more stuff with perspective and with interesting camera angles, but still pretty doable. So you can try starting from there. Thank you, Marcelo, for saying what a cool animation process you're doing. Very entertaining. Try our best. Oh, we're finally moving the seesaw?
Yeah, yeah, finally,
Yes.
because we don't have a weight.
Will Julie fly?
Mhm. I think she won't be able to fly, but Jacques will.
Does Julie ever get sad? Or she's like always like happy go lucky?
Yeah, I think she sometimes she's sad when she remember that she wanted to be eaten. Like people want to
They just want to eat her,
yeah,
use her, and
people
forget
wanted
her.
to eat her, and but she get out of it with her friend.
Mm. Oh.
Yeah, but sometimes she's sad about.
Oh. Yeah, I can already see that. They're like passing a restaurant. She gets hit with
Yeah,
the sad emotions, and poor unenthusiastic Jock has to make her smile.
yeah, it's just bad memories, but
Mm.
now she's very happy with her
Enjoying the world.
friend.
Julie, best girl.
I really like that after our stream, I know more about my characters.
I think that's the best part when you have characters to kind of brainstorm what kind of fun things they could do. Marcelo saying, I've grown out of vector and rigged animation, and I prefer frame by frame 1,000 times more.
Yeah. Actually, I was a 3D animator and also a
Mhm.
cloud animator. And after that, I fall in love with 2D animation, 2D
Mm.
classical, yeah,
Yeah,
classical animation.
traditional, classical
Traditional, yeah, traditional
by
animation.
frame. That's cool. I've been actually more looking into kind of 3D and rigged stuff, especially like Moho. I've recently seen there's this one, I forgot the name of the like of the artist. They are like a supervising animator, like a supervising Moho animator at Cartoon Saloon, and they
Yeah,
regularly create
it's
demos for
it's
Moho.
Victor. It's Victor.
Yeah,
He's
yeah, yeah,
very
him.
talented.
Oh,
Yeah,
his demos are something else.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
immediately I see his demo, I'm like, I gotta learn Moho now. Like this, what am I missing on? Like the wolf he created recently, the walking one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I saw it.
he's incredible. Just incredible.
Yeah, and my husband start to learn
Learn Moho as well.
Mothman, yes. And now when I see these animations, I'm like, maybe I'm on in the wrong place.
Yeah. Maybe Moho
Yeah,
is kind of worth considering.
yeah,
Exactly. And one of my friends actually, they also went into Moho, into like a Moho course recently.
yeah.
So I'm waiting for the review before I get to jump into it. We have another question from Aditya, who again did. Oh, well, you're putting the letter Q. No, you got to put the whole word question into it. Q is good when you have a long question, but I just see it as like a typo.
God.
So you can put like quest maybe or something. Just like put multiple letters. Do animators earn enough amount of money? Also depends on the animator, I
Yeah,
think.
it depends on the project, on the animator. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's
And
enough for life. Yeah,
there you go. We won't disclose the exact prices because I think depending from the country, depending on the project, it could be like vastly different. But I think planning, you can have also multiple sources of income. You can have something that's more stable and something comes from like season to season to balance yourself out. But it's possible to sustain yourself. I know people who already, for example, they had like careers. They would do something, for example, several years in their life, and then they decided to want to be an animator, and they switch to at like an animator's profession. They start working on projects and they have enough money to support like their family. I mean, there's like I think it's like in most cases it's like a dual income family, but still bringing half of the income uh, is a lot, especially in this economy. We got a question from Agata. Is it common to use onion skin while animating in the industry, or is it not encouraged?
I think, yeah, I already said that you
Mhm.
can use whatever you want. Yeah, I think I don't know about all animators, but I think, yeah, I think animators use flipping more than onion skin.
Mhm. Mhm. I
Yeah.
think you also told us it depends on the stage of the animation. Since
Yeah.
like right now you're putting kind of I wouldn't say like the golden frames, but just like establishing a movement, checking what works, what not. And I think in this case it's better to flip because your brain just goes blank in between and they see the separate pictures better. But once you're in betweening, doing something very subtle, I think using onion skin is also a good option, and you're able to track multiple frames at once. So, I mean, if it's a good developed tool in a program that's meant for animating, I think it's not frowned upon to use onion skin. I think it was meant, and if it's comfortable for you, you should go do it and use it. Taiken is saying if rigging becomes as beautiful as that rigging wolf or the raccoon robbers, get an animation. Yeah, I think exactly. I wouldn't mind to see more rigging animation if it's like this kind of rig. I think it's just part of why his rigs looks very good because he thinks a lot about his visual direction in his animation. The wolf really, really worked, I think, because he used that noise uh, thing in Moho that basically made the lines look as if they were drawn frame by frame. Especially he does that, it's like the same effect on the fur and everything connected to the character. So it almost feels as it has been like drawn traditionally. So I think visual direction, like it gives and it takes a lot from the final result.
For example, here I will use onion skin because I want to create a drawing between these drawings.
Mm-hmm. You know what else Jacques and Julie should do together? Watch Amélie.
Oh,
I think Julie would love Amélie.
yeah.
It would be her favorite movie.
It's a brilliant idea.
Did you hear that the creator of Amélie, they were asking him if they're gonna make like a part two, and he's like, no, Paris is ugly now. It's not possible to recreate it.
Yeah,
Oh.
she has a lot of weight, and now I need just to animate a
Mhm.
shot at the end.
I also love the part in the animation process where you get all of the kind of frames down so you can see the movement. And I just go back and forth with my slider and just until I see it enough times. My monkey brain like requires sustenance. It needs to watch silly pictures go back and forth. Oh Oh yeah, that's true. Tekken's are saying Blender has 2D animation noise modifier that adds noise to the drawings. Yeah, I remember. I think Blender also had an add-on that basically created like in-betweens for you years before it was kind of implemented with the. Oh, actually, we'll talk a little bit. I think the question is for like just in general to discuss it. From Aditya, your thoughts on artificial intelligence? We can keep it like short. I'll say a little bit. I think just as like onion skin, just as like a color picker or undo button, it's just a tool you can use, implement in your works. Um, there's like a lot of issue on how it's gathered, sourced, developed, but I'm not able to speak on that. I think there's like a lot of opportunity to get animation more independent. For example, there's this one tool I saw, but I saw it like a long time ago before the artificial intelligence like boom happened. So I think it's already developed even more, where you basically have an animation, you cleaned it up, you did everything, you have the colors down, you don't have the lighting, and you want to create like cool 3D looking lighting. You take 2 frames, you take 1 frame, you draw the light as it's supposed to be. You draw the light, I think, on the last one, how it's supposed to be, and you upload it into the program, and it calculates basically how the light will fall on the rest of the frames. It gets wonky, especially like the cleaner and more physically accurate your animation is, the easier it will be to calculate the light. But I mean, it already cuts down a lot of work time you could have used for just putting it down. Now you can just go back, clean it up, and there you go. You have like light source in your animation that actually looks cool.
And people use it in the project Klaus, yeah? As we know.
No, I don't think it was. I'm not sure if it was in Klaus. I think
They
they
created
tried.
their own software.
Maybe that's the same software. I saw a demo that was for Bambi. It used like Bambi footage.
Mm.
Uh, so I don't know. It could have been same software. They could just like developers could have gotten the rights to it. But yeah. But artificial intelligence is also like a place where people, I think it's still kind of in the Wild West stage of development. There's not a lot of regulations on it. There's not a lot of things that basically protect artists. But I think in time, there's more cases that are going to pop up, and there's going to be more kind of regulations and stuff around it. I don't know. Do you have any specific thoughts about AI? I don't think we have to spend like a lot of time on it, but if you have any thoughts.
Yeah, I think it will be a very nice tool for us. And also, I'm not afraid that it will replace us. Not at all. And yeah, and I think if we want to create animation, we will.
Yeah. Same. I kind of feel the same. Partially, I think the kind of appreciation for human created art is going to be more prominent. People are going to like strive to look for something that was created with like love and soul and stuff like that. So it's never going to really die down. But I gotta saying a really good thing that it hits mostly smaller creators right now. I kind of agree with that because big companies like big artists, they have more resources just to protect themselves. So that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
I think that's it. I created a small animation with 2 different characters with 2
Oh.
different weights. And you can notice that the frog is so light and she spends more time at the air and or otherwise the snail Julie
Mm-hmm.
She spent more time on this seesaw, yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so
And just a little
time,
bit in the
yeah,
air.
mhm, yeah. I think it will be fun to create sound for this animation.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're super cute.
I think I need to create more in betweens, for example, for this, yeah, for
Mm-hmm.
the here. But overall, it's my main keys, and
Mm-hmm.
you can see the movement, you can see the weight, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's enough.
Oh, give us some play. Ah, they're so cute. Yeah, I think we're not gonna tire you out more. So we're basically this is the best chance to write any kind of questions you have. You have about like 30, 40 seconds because I'm just gonna talk a little bit now. But we're slowly like gearing towards the end, I think. Uh once you'll finish or if you'll finish an animation, send it to me so I'll be able to actually share it here because I think our viewers would love to see a finished version of Jacques and Julie having
But
fun together. Please also I think I'll add later in the description your personal what do you call it, social media, so people who like
Mhm.
your art, who like Jacques and Julie, so they'll be able to actually follow you in the future. And yeah, I think we're slowly gonna close off. First of all, I want to say thank you to Ksenia for being here today, for preparing the walk cycles, for preparing these like examples that were really, really fun to watch. Uh, a little personal applause. Chat also feel free to give a personal applause. I wanted to thank the chat. People have been a lot more active in the latest streams, and I'm very happy to see that. Hopefully, next streams are going to be even more entertaining. We have a lot of interesting stuff planned for May. So if you're going to be around here on our YouTube channel or in the Discord server or on the Instagram, you're not going to miss it. And we'll be happy to see you again. Here we have a question. Good job, Aditya, listening to what I'm saying and putting the full question, even if not in all caps. Still love it. Uh, do-do-do-do. uh, yeah, sometimes people who use AI and use AI unfairly can get a lot of attention. But a lot of the times, we have to think about not what results and what attention we get from drawing something or creating something, but we should focus more on the process and what we actually learn and what kind of thing we're putting out into the world, what kind of energy, what kind of mood we're also sharing with the stuff we do. I think that would be a good reminder for the future. Exactly. Agata says a very good thing that, in my opinion, and I will be very helpful, but it might not be ethical as long as the AI database is not gathered ethically. And yeah, that's completely true. It's just a tool, and depending on how we'll use it, we'll get very different results. Thank you, Juanita, for saying that the stream was cool. And we're also always welcome uh, to host something like this. This was very fun. I think since we're not getting any more new questions, we can finally roll to a close. Before we actually leave, I'll advise you again to go to our school website. I think we have a new, what do you call it, UI. It looks very pretty. You'll be able to see all of the latest stuff, all of the courses there. So don't miss the chance while you're here. Also, join our Discord, join our Instagram. Check out Ksenia's work that I'm going to put in the description. I have to hold a pencil so I won't forget about it. And yeah, uh, if there's anything else you want to ask, feel free to write us in our social medias. Put it in the comments, whether you're watching live, in a recording. Thank you for being here with us today. And remember, the next course on 2D animation starts on June 19th. So yeah, exactly. Taken Zor is putting all of my thoughts into one comment. With great power comes great ethical responsibility. Yeah. Well, see you hopefully on our next live stream. See you there. Gotta go. Bye-bye.
Hello everyone, this is Animation School. My name is Edward Kurchevsky and I'm professional 2D animator based in Paris.
Bobby, would you care for a piece of pie?
I studied animation over 10 years in one of the top schools in the world, and now I'm ready to share my knowledge with you. In the past 4 years of teaching, my students achieved remarkable results and working in studios like Cartoon Salon, Skiald, studying in schools like L'École de l'Image and CalArts.
I'm not sure what we've got here, Charlie. But if we've got what I think we've got something.
Our goal is to prepare qualified professionals in a short amount of time during our intense course. We are here to also create a bridge between you and studios and help you find your first professional position in industry. Online studying became one of the most important parts in worldwide education system, and I am pretty sure with us you will achieve great results. Good luck!
Oh, what the... Guys, what happened to honor and democracy and everything?
Нет, я понимаю. Просто я соскучилась.
People don't just turn into things.
I do.
The guy with the money. And the gun.
Nailed it. I know. Thank you. Moving on.
Do you hear that? It's the winds of change.